Remaining at the top of the league this season after tough matches indicates that Mikel Arteta is proving himself to be a force to reckon with. His impeccable tactics and gameplay is bringing the right attention to him, and the 40-year-old Spaniard has drawn the attention of Barcelona to himself, and may be moving over there soon to bring them back to the glory days of the Guardiola era. He learned his trade under former Blaugrana boss Pep Guardiola as his assistant in Manchester City before replacing Unai Emery in 2019. But it is clear that Arteta has demonstrated a better managing style, and this move to Barcelona would be his chance to show the world that while he may have learned the ropes from Guardiola, he sure has mastered how to spin it his own way, and even better. Last season, Arteta won the FA World Cup and Community Shield in his first half season with the Gunners. He had an uncertain future in the club last season due to Arsenal not being able to make it to the top four. There is no doubt that the former Everton player has got his fire up as he leads Arsenal to an impressive run this season at the Premier League and sitting comfortably at the top of the table. So, do we think that he is going to leave now that Arsenal is doing so well? Well, most coaches love to leave when the ovation is high, and this might be Arteta's plan. Recall that he has been linked with Barcelona before the appointment of Xavi, and it is clear that the club is still keeping tabs on him as a possible replacement. Also, there have been different reports that the management at Barcelona is really impressed with the work that Arteta is doing at Arsenal, and may likely lure him to come over to Barcelona to repeat such magic, as the club is not currently in a good place compared to its former days. Another reason we believe the Arsenal boss may be moving to Barcelona is due to his strong relationship with Jordi Cruyff, one of the sporting advisors in Barcelona, and Mateu Almani is the director of football at Barcelona. But that's not all. Barcelona was also really impressed with how Arteta managed and disciplined Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. His display of authority without hesitating to strip the player of his captaincy for disciplinary breaches left a huge impression on the hearts of the Barcelona management. And sure, they might have thought of how much discipline a coach like him can bring to their club while working to bring him in. But that's not all. Another reason it is very likely that Arteta may move to Barcelona is how close he is to Guardiola, the former Barcelona boss, and how they both share a lot of similarities and technical skill sets. While Arteta is assembling a quality squad at the Emirates Stadium and developing a formidable team of players, supporters have developed a theory on social media that may not be so far from the truth. It is true that Arteta previously worked as City assistant manager under Guardiola between 2016 and 2019, and he got Guardiola's blessing before taking the Arsenal job. Currently, Arteta is performing magic with the boys at Arsenal, and one fan has commented that, quote, Guardiola dominated the league so much that he created a coach and sold him his players to challenge him for the Premier League title. And as hilarious as this sounds, there may be some element of truth to it. And this is why Arteta will be a great choice for Barcelona. Because who else comes close to Guardiola that brought them so many victories and titles? He won the Champions League twice with the club, 3 UEFA Super Cups, 2 FIFA World Cups, and many La Liga titles. And a team like Barcelona may need a coach like Guardiola at this moment, and clearly, Guardiola may not be ready to go back there. And who else with the same passion is the closest to producing the same result as Guardiola at the moment? All fingers still point back to Mikel Arteta. And sooner than later, he will be going over there to fully validate himself as one of the best coaches in the world. Guardiola and Arteta's relationship started while Arteta was playing at Arsenal. Guardiola reached out to him when Barcelona was drawn with Chelsea in the Champions League in 2012. Arteta had impressed Guardiola with his critical analysis, and Guardiola didn't hesitate to draw him to the club as an assistant when he moved to Manchester City. And many times Arteta is often compared to Guardiola due to his passionate demeanor and meticulous tactical approach. They both also have a similar possession-based and attacking-minded playing style. While there are undoubtedly many similarities between both coaches, and for many, the dynamic of their relationship is that of master and apprentice, guru and devotee. But while this may be the case, Arteta is already showing himself to be more than a mere clone. While it is clear that Guardiola helped open the door to a coaching career, the younger man is finding his own path and making his own mark. We can see a lot of similarities between the two coaches, as they are both sharp thinkers and undoubtedly sharp dressers as well. Looking closely at their personality, we would see that they also share similarities as regard their intensity and magnetic charisma. which makes them natural leaders. As regards tactics, we see that Guardiola and Arteta both attack in 5 channels and also defend in 5 channels as well. Also, Arteta started using a back 3, which is also an earlier style developed and deployed by Guardiola in his earlier days in Manchester City. Despite these close similarities between both coaches, Arteta still maintains some uniqueness that distinguishes him from Guardiola. Clearly, Guardiola didn't have to go through the process of learning under someone as an assistant. This meant that he was always focused on the next game and the grand plan, and he had little time to think about minor changes or alterations for either players or the whole team strategy. Arteta, on the other hand, enjoyed the freedom and opportunity to focus on the tiniest details and learned to deal with players on a personal level. When asked about his then assistant in September 2019, Guardiola told The Telegraph that, quote, "Arteta has an incredible work ethic, and he has a special talent to analyze what happens and to find the solutions." And finding solutions is precisely what he has done in his short time at Arsenal. Guardiola and Arteta's experience and records are incomparable, so perhaps it's time to ease off the comparisons. With the work he's doing at Arsenal, the younger coach is swiftly establishing his own identity. Arteta is steadily emerging from the shadow of his mentor. While we look forward to his possible move to Barcelona, we watch in wonder as he performs his magic with Arsenal, and possibly when he moves to Barcelona, he will be able to beat the many records set by his master and move the club back to its glory days. So, are you still in doubt if he will be moving to Barcelona? Please let us know your stance in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join us as we discuss different football issues. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.